Hello everybody, welcome back to the world's greatest trainer tournament. We're in round 3 and today's matchup is myself versus Lance. Will I be able to overcome the dragon type trainer and master Lance, who is also known as the champion of the Johto Elite Four? Or will I fall? Let me know in the comments down below whether you think I can win or not. And let's get this underway. Okay, the teams are locked in. Can I defeat Lance or will I fall? Will I receive my first loss in this tournament? Let us see here today. Now he does have some Pokemon and share some with me. You know, he's got the Charizard, he has the Gyarados, and that can be quite spooky. So, who do I lead off with here? I think I'm going to lead off with... You know what? I feel like Gyarados is the best middle ground here. It can potentially deal damage to everybody on their team without worrying about being super effectively hit, really, unless they lead off with Tyranitar. Which, of course, would be quite spooky and scary. But if it happens, it happens, you know? The computer knows which mon you are going to lead with, so they often choose the mon which is super effective to start off. But today we're starting off with the Dragonite. Lance's ace versus my ace, Gyarados. What an interesting start to today's matchup. Gyarados eats that outrage without too much difficulty and goes for an Ice Beam. It's 4 times super effective. They are definitely not going to appreciate that, but they still only take roughly half, which is insane. It just goes to show how much Gyarados got nerfed with the special split in Gen 2. But Gyarados is still here, he's still kicking, and we're going for another Ice Beam, and that means Lance's ace, Dragonite, will go down.
Pokemon needs to be prepared. Oh, it's Aerodactyl. Next
is Aerodactyl. We have quite a fearsome Pokemon here. There is no way I outspeed this. It 100% outspeeds me, and there's not much I can really do about it. Ancient Power is going to hurt. And Gyarados goes down. How unfortunate. Okay, in terms of answers to this, I don't really have that many. I mean, it can super effectively hit pretty much every single one of my team near enough. So, Rhydon will be my answer here. We're going to go for outside. We get the Quick Claw proc. Let's go. That's stab, so they're not going to appreciate that. Hell yeah. Oh, we also get the flinch. Let us go. I'm not trusting the Quick Claw proc is going to happen again, so they're going to go for Earthquake here. That's going to hurt. And we will go for counter, just guarantee a hit, guarantee we get rid of this thing. And Pterodactyl is down. Beautiful. Hell yeah, so far so good. Next is Kingdra. Unfortunately, it's got the Surf, it's got the Ice Beam, it's got the Hidden Power Grass. This is not a good matchup for me right now. We'll call it back for now. I will go into the Snorlax. Going for Surf here. Because it is getting a free turn, there's no way I can go for a Belly Drum. I just have to go for Body Slam damage and treat this like a normal match. They're going for Surf once again. They are going to outspeed, of course. I am a Snorlax. There's not much I can really do about it. We go for the Body Slam, hope for a Para. We do not get it, but we get some solid damage in. Very good.
Sparks are flying from both competitors. There's the attack.
Another surf for the Kingdra here.
That was a glancing blow.
It's a good amount of damage. Another body slam.
What's this?
And we get the paralysis. Absolutely beautiful. That means we do go first now, which is going to be huge. Snorlax with another body slam.
What now?
Boom.
Great hit.
Kingdra will not appreciate that.
It's gripped by
And it's fully paralyzed. How unfortunate. I am going to go for rest here and get back to full strength as much as I can.
Oh, a quick snooze.
Dragon Breath, they're going to try and paralyze me back, but I am currently asleep, so that is not going to work. My Miracle Berry will proc at the end of the turn.
It used
Lovely, and it is paralyzed and I am not, which means Snorlax gets a free KO here.
body slam. That's it. Yes, it's going down.
There goes Kingdra. That's quite a threat out of the way. Kingdra is pretty bulky.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining.
I am now leading 5 versus 3
Oh, it's
as they bring out the Gyarados. That is a fair switch in, but unfortunately there's not going to be much they can do to me here. They're going to go for return, and it's going to hurt.
What'll it do? The hit glanced right off. What's
Go
that?
for the body slam.
Yes,
It's
it's
a solid chunk.
The heated action continues.
Another return coming my way.
There's the attack. That did little damage.
Go for another body slam. We get the paralysis. Second gym right now is on a roll. We go for yet another body slam. Will this take Gyarados out or will it hang on with a sliver? It goes down. Unfortunate for Lance.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Tyranitar.
Ooh, that is a fair choice. That is a fair choice. Rock Slide is going to be unleashed here. That's going to hurt. That's solid damage, and we will go for an Earthquake to get some damage in before we go down. Damage is damage. That's a nice, good chunk. Tyranitar definitely will not appreciate that.
Hang on, Earthquake.
And down goes Snorlax finally after claiming 2 Pokemon for me. Hell yes. Okay.
Pokemon remaining on each side.
I'm gonna go into Rhydon now.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon.
Rhydon will be a wonderful choice of Pokemon here.
The commands are made.
I know it's going to go for the Earthquake and it's going to outspeed unless I get a quick Claw proc, so I'm just going for the safe counter here. But it gets the critical hit and Rhydon is not able to get that counter off. That is very unfortunate for me.
We're
Oh
eagerly awaiting
dear.
the appearance of the next Pokemon.
Sagittaur it is.
Oh, it's Executor.
Okay, we are going to go for the Giga Drain here. Super effective, but they're going to go for the Crunch. That's going to hurt.
A sharp attack. That's
Oh, that's a solid chunk. I don't believe we'll have enough HP even after Giga Drain here
drilled a weakness.
to live another one.
It
I
restored
mean,
HP with
maybe we can live one more. But a Sagittaur will go down with the next Pokemon if it does somehow live here.
There's the shot. Bam! That worked perfectly.
It does with a Sliver. Gets a special defense drop. It doesn't really matter. A Sagittaur is pretty slow.
Giga Drain. That's it.
So either way, it is going to go down with the next Pokemon because Lance has not used his Charizard yet. And that is coming up next.
There's only one Pokemon left to come out.
Charizard is here to play. Sagittarius no HP, so it definitely goes down here in a single hit. It goes for the outrage, doesn't go for the wing attack. And we sadly still go down either way. Okay, just for the fun and the lols, out comes my Charizard. Let's do this, Lance. It's a Charizard battle.
The number of remaining Pokemon is 2-1.
Outrage match, let's go! Who's got the superior Charizard here? Will Lance's trump mine, or will mine trump Lance's? Both do similar damage, he does a little bit more to me. He is confused, he doesn't hit himself and goes for another outrage. That is unfortunate for me. Another outrage from me. Right back at him. I'm now in the lead in terms of HP. I'm now confused as well. Unfortunately, mine hits itself in confusion. That is a shame. It breaks out of confusion for Lance, and his Charizard is going to pick up a KO on me here. Unless I can get a critical outrage. Unfortunately, my Charizard will go down first. I break out of confusion. Can we get the crit? We do not. That means my Charizard is going to go down. How unfortunate for me. But they are locked into outrage here. They have no options. As I still have a Pokemon at full strength, and there is no way Charizard can take on my Zapdos. My LG Gen 1 team coming out strong as I claim my first win in round 3. Though technically it is my 4th because I didn't do the Gauntlet match where if I lost a single match I would be eliminated. But because I forgot to add Lancer to the roster, those aren't counting as points, by the way. It was just an option to bring in another contestant potentially if they managed to beat me to take my spot. I need to get 3 wins just like everybody else. This is my first point. Lance receives his first loss in round 3. And we will continue on. Now then, I need to go randomly generate which teams will be against which teams for the next part of round 3. I'll be back. Okay, let us see which trainers will be facing each other in part 2 of round 3. So many trainers have 1 point and so many have 1 loss. How will things go from here? Okay, first matchup is myself. And I will be up against Will, the psychic type of the Elite Four. This should be an interesting matchup to be sure. Will's been doing well throughout this tournament. Okay, let us see what will be the next match. It's Misty, the Water Master. Can she obtain a victory here today? Let's see who her opponent will be. Misty's opponent is Whitney, the master of the normal type. She might just save herself from elimination, but can she beat Misty here today? Let's see what our third match will be. Our third match will be Morty, the leader of the ghost types, and a master of them. Who will his opponent be? Let us see. It is Lorelei. Who will be frozen in fear? Will it be Morty's team? Will it be Lorelei? Let us see who will come out on top in that fabulous battle. Okay, what will be our next match? Our next matchup will be Silver. And who will Silver's matchup be against? It is Ash. Do we have a rematch on our hands, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, our next matchup is Giovanni, the ground type gym leader and member of Team Rocket. Let us see which opponent Giovanni will be facing. It's Sabrina, the master of the psychic type. Okay, what are our next matchups? It's Janine. Who will Janine's opponent be? It is going to be Lance, the Dragon Trainer. Can Janine get a victory here? If memory serves me correctly, she lost to Claire, but can she defeat Claire's cousin Lance? This leaves our last two contestants, Lieutenant Surge and Faulkner. Can Faulkner's flying types trump the electric type in a Lieutenant Surge? Or will his birds be shocked into oblivion? Find out soon. Okay, I realise I was a little bit dumb and I've missed out Professor Oak's name, who is supposed to be in this tournament. With that said, I'm going to generate 3 matchups for him here, and they will be who will be competing against him round 3. First up, we have Koga. Professor Oak versus Koga. Can Koga beat Professor Oak? The old man or the old ninja? Who will come out on top? This next matchup will be oh, it's Bugsy, not Blue. Blue could have had a second chance at his grandpa, but unfortunately not for him. Bugsy is going to be against Professor Oak in the next part of round 3. His third opponent will be Agatha. How interesting. One of his rivals from his childhood. This should be an interesting match to be seen for sure. Okay, let's see who I'll be controlling at Professor Oak or Koga for Professor Oak's match. Looks like I'll be controlling Koga. Can I get Koga a victory over the old man Professor Oak? Or will Koga's poison prove to be too much? Okay, the teams are locked in. One thing I will say, because we have an odd number of contestants, if one of these opponents manages to beat Professor Oak, they will get a chance to potentially enter. If another trainer manages to beat them, they will have a face-off, and whoever wins will join the rankings in round 3. Just so we have an even number of contestants, that makes the tournament go so much smoother. Otherwise, we're going to have to keep having wildcards. Or let me know in the comments down below, would you prefer that I do the wildcards by letting defeated trainers fight against the trainers who have already earned their right to be in the next round, just to have them make returning appearances? Let me know in the comments down below what your choice is. With that said, let's get this fight underway. So, interestingly enough, there are some shared Pokemon here. The Root and the Nidoking, of course, are shared Pokemon. But who is going to come out on top? That is the interesting question.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Okay, Koga leads with Arbok. Can Arbok put some hurt on Professor Oak's team? Out comes Nidoking. An interesting matchup to be sure. Both are the poison type. However, Nidoking does have the advantage of being part poison, part ground, sorry, so he will have extra damage on his Earthquake here, which Arbok will definitely not appreciate. It goes for an Earthquake in return. And it does a solid chunk, but it is not enough, ladies and gentlemen. That is very unfortunate. That means Professor Oak is going to claim his first victory over one of Koga's Pokemon with a flamethrower from the Nidoking.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared. The Pokemon have been chosen.
Okay, Koga sends out his own Nidoking to combat the opponents. This will be an interesting battle back and forth between the two. But it looks like Professor Oak is going to switch out his Nidoking. And they switch to the Gyarados. Unfortunately, that Earthquake is going to miss. And Koga is going to be dealing with a fresh, powerful Gyarados here. However, Gyarados is going to switch. Professor Oak is switching again. This time going into a Zegitor. An interesting choice to be sure. How will this affect the battle? Nidoking goes for the lovely kiss. If he can put a Zegitor asleep here, it won't be able to Psychic. That is unfortunate for Professor Oak. Having a Mon that cannot act and allow the Nidoking to get off free damage is definitely not what he had in mind when he switched in this Pokemon. Quick Claw managed to proc, but Nidoking goes for the Flamethrower. And it gets a critical hit, ladies and gentlemen. The Zegitor is on its last legs. It gets another Quick Claw prop, but stays fast asleep. How unfortunate. And down goes the Zegitor. Out comes Tauros. This is a friend in Pokemon to be sure.
They're ready to go.
It's faster and it goes for the Earthquake.
There's the attack. A powerful blow.
That is unfortunate. Nidoking will not appreciate that, but it goes for a lovely kiss. Oh, and the Tauros is put to sleep here. How unfortunate.
Switching Pokemon. Oh, it's Venomoth.
Out comes the Venomoth. As Tauros is also switched out. Who will they go into here? They go into the Gyarados. Professor Oak sending out a powerful Water Beast to deal with this bug. However, they're going to switch yet again. How interesting. What's Professor Oak playing at here? They go back into the Nidoking. And the power goes. But it looks like it's not very effective. And that Nidoking is going to eat that up for breakfast. Venomoth is recalled to its Pokeball here. And out comes Venusaur. And it's gonna eat a Flamethrower from the Nidoking, which is gonna do a good amount of damage here. It's definitely not going to appreciate that.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
It stays in and goes for the Flamethrower. It's faster. As Venusaur's going to take yet another flamethrower to the face. But Venusaur is going to set up the light screen. How advantageous.
The heated action continues.
Nidoking doesn't care, however, it goes straight for the Earthquake, and there goes Koga's Venusaur. Unable to put up a fight against this threat of a Pokemon, but it did assist that team. Will it be enough? Koga switches in his own Nidoking once again. What will it do here? It outspeeds, it lands the Earthquake first, and down goes Professor Oak's ace.
There it is! Knockout! What Pokemon will appear next? This Pokemon is fast.
Next comes out the Gyarados. Will there be another bluff switch? Will it switch out or will it stay in and await its attack? Out comes the Thunderbolt from the Nidoking. That's 4 times super effective, folks. And it's another critical hit. And down goes the Gyarados. It is not looking good for Professor Oak, ladies and gentlemen. As they are down to 3 Pokemon versus Koga's 4. Next comes out Venusaur. What will it be able to do in hopes of defeating this Pokemon that is currently on a rampage? Out comes the Flamethrower. Venusaur will not appreciate that. It goes for the Light Screen, however, saying no to those attacks. And heals with some leftovers. As Light Screen seems to wear off for Koga here. That is unfortunate. That means Giga Drain is going to do a great amount of damage. Earthquake goes off, however. And does a solid chunk to the Venusaur. Goes for the Giga Drain. Unfortunately, Nidoking is part poison, so it's not going to be super effective. And gains some more HP for the Venusaur here.
The white-hot battle continues.
However, Nidoking is staying in, going for another Earthquake.
Yes, it's a hit.
And Venusaur is not going to appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. But it goes for another Giga Drain. Could this get it out of range from another Earthquake taking it down? Never mind, it gets a critical hit. And Nidoking goes down.
Going down. What Pokemon will appear next? Okay. Oh, it's
Oh my, here comes Gengar, ladies and gentlemen. What will Venusaur do against this threat of a Pokemon?
It's a fierce battle.
It goes for the Ice Punch. Will it KO the Venusaur at that range? It will not, as the Light Screen is still in effect. Allowing Venusaur to take the hit as it goes for a Leech Seed. That is unfortunate. That's going to allow it to sap HP with the leftovers recovery. It's going to be great. Out comes Psychic from the Gengar here. Can it get the KO? It does not. Venusaur holds on yet again. Proving to be a pain in the butt on the battlefield as it goes for a Giga Drain. However, due to the typing, that is going to do very little damage. But with the leftovers, it could be safe from being KO'd once again. But no, the Light Screen wears off. This is going to allow Koga to definitely get rid of this Pokemon. And goodbye goes Venusaur. Out comes Arcanine, a fast and powerful Fire-type Pokemon. But will it be able to stand up to Gengar here? Here comes an explosion. Is it going to take it out in one hit, or will the Arcanine live with a sliver? It does! It lives! How unfortunate for Koga. That could be his downfall for going for the explosion preemptively before getting more damage. And out comes the Venomoth. That is still at full HP. Can Arcanine one-shot it? It goes for the Fire Blast. Is it gonna be enough? It nails it. And Venomoth is down. What an upset this has turned out to be for Koga. As there is only one Pokemon left. And it is unfortunately weak to the fire typing. And it's going to allow Professor Oak to somehow stay in this battle. He goes for the Fire Blast. If this connects, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 times super effective. And it does, and down goes the Fortress. Professor Oak claims his first victory here today. And Koga is unfortunately unable to continue on in this tournament. How unfortunate.
Yeah, they call me the Rock Boss, the Mad Boss, the Savage with the Gyarados. As I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lap dogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad